In a world where appearances matter, it's not just about what you wear or how you look. It's about the habits that etch your personality and the intrinsic qualities that mold your charisma. Visualize this scenario. An individual, for our convenience, let's name him Jack. He is isolated, seated in a poorly lit chamber, incessantly voicing out his grievances. Jack's demeanor is marked by his prolonged solitude, and his surroundings reverberate with the echoes of his constant pessimism. His life pivots around negativity, cloaking him in an aura of disquiet. A glimpse at him, and one can't help but notice his self-destructive tendencies. Each murmured complaint is like a chip off the block, continuously eroding his potential. He's mastered the art of self-sabotage with his steady stream of negativity. Imagine another man, Mark, who's forgotten that grooming is an essential part of a man's charm. Mark, a man of towering height, possessing rugged features and a pair of deep-set, piercing eyes, is lost in the sea of nonchalance. His hair, once neatly trimmed and styled, now grows wild and untamed, cascading over his forehead in a disarrayed blend of chaos and neglect. His beard, too, has felt the sting of neglect. It sprawls across his face in an untrimmed manner, turning what was once a symbol of his charm into an emblem of carelessness. His clothes, stained and crumpled, hang loosely on his physique, a stark contrast to the tailored suits he once wore with pride. They are the very embodiment of his neglect, the epitome of his laissez-faire attitude towards grooming. His dapper demeanor, once admired by many, has now been replaced by a disheveled appearance that hardly turns heads, his clothes messy. Then there's James, a man who is constantly in a battle with his own confidence. This internal struggle of his is not something that remains hidden, rather it spills over, touching every facet of his existence. You can see it in how he carries himself. His posture is perpetually slouched, as if weighed down by an invisible burden. He is always found trying to blend in the crowd, eluding any form of direct eye contact. He seems to be trapped in his own cocoon, afraid to meet the gaze of others. And when it comes to interactions, there lies another hurdle. James lacks a strong presence in any dialogue exchange. His voice trembles, and words often get lost in the midst of conversations. He tends to shrink back, allowing others to lead the discourse, his own thoughts and ideas languishing in the background. This lack of assertiveness in conversations is just another manifestation of his ongoing struggle with self-confidence. Consider Michael, whose poor posture is a reflection of his self-esteem. Michael, a man in his early 30s, has a knack for allowing his emotions to show through his physical demeanor. His posture, specifically, is the most noticeable tell of his internal struggles. His shoulders, once firm and upright, are now drooping, weighed down by an invisible burden. It's almost as if one could visually chart his self-esteem decline over time, simply by observing the curve of his slumping shoulders. Furthermore, his head, which used to be held high, with eyes that sparkled with ambition and determination, is now cast downwards. He keeps his gaze fixed on the ground, a clear sign of his diminishing self-confidence. He's lost his spark, becoming a mere shadow of the man he once was, vibrant, ambitious, confident. His shoulders are slumped, his head down. Finally, there's Alex, a man who stands out in a crowd, but not for the reasons one might expect. Alex, with his booming laughter and charismatic personality, is someone who is hard to forget. Yet beneath this exterior, there lies an unfortunate reality. Alex is one who disregards the importance of a balanced diet and regular exercise, a fundamental requirement for good health. It's not that he's ignorant, he's not. He's well aware that his lifestyle is far from ideal. He's educated, intelligent, and informed, yet he deliberately chooses to ignore the wisdom of healthier choices. Instead, he allows himself to be lured by the easy comfort of junk food and the seductiveness of a sedentary existence. He indulges in fast food feasts and languid lounge-around weekends, ignoring the toll it takes on his body. Announcements on the radio, health warnings on TV, advice from well-meaning friends, nothing seems to penetrate his bubble of denial. It's almost as though he's conducting a personal experiment, testing his body's limits, seeing how much it can endure. Yet, despite this reality, one cannot help but admire his audacious spirit. His love for life is infectious, even if his lifestyle is not, opting for junk food and a sedentary existence. Fear not, gentlemen. Time has come to reclaim your charm and adopt habits that reveal your optimum self. Jack experiences the transformative might of optimism. Mark gains knowledge from an expert about grooming's artistry. James faces his anxieties and takes measures to uplift his assurance. Michael uncovers the advantages of correct posture and its influence on his comprehensive well-being. Lifestyle choices are revamped by Alex as he embarks on a healthier journey. Embrace this opportunity to be the best version of you because you deserve it. It's time to unlock your potential, redefine your life, and step on the path of continuous self-improvement. Alex redefines his lifestyle choices and embraces a healthier path. In the end, they all stand together, transformed and confident. Join them, gentlemen, as they break chains of habits that undermine their allure. It's time to step into the light of positivity, enhancing your grooming routines and augmenting your self-assuredness. A good posture, an attribute often undermined, speaks volumes about your character. Let's give it the importance it deserves. Engage in a wholesome lifestyle, for a healthy body is the abode of a healthy mind, and a healthy mind breeds. Every effort you dedicate to yourself is an invaluable investment that yields rich dividends in the form of personal growth. Remember, the journey to becoming the best version of yourself is a marathon, not a sprint. It's time to unleash your potential and become the person you've always wanted to be.